Hi there, I'm Cathi Barker from Software Solutions. This is one of a collection of videos that goes with my Excel Level 2 functions, charts and more course. We've just finished having a look at the lookup functions, that is VLOOKUP, lookup and XLOOKUP. I made a bit of a blue at the end of the last video, said we were moving on to text functions. I clearly forgot about the index and match functions, which is what this video is going to have a look at. Now in the Excel 2 file that accompanies your course notes, there is a sheet called index and match. And so I'm just going to zoom in that, just hold my control key and wheel forward to zoom in. What I want to show you is a very, very powerful combination of functions, the index function combined with the match function. First of all, the index function. The index function looks at an entire range and it returns an intersecting value, a value that intersects a certain row in a certain column. So if I went down here, for example, and just said equals index, index this entire range here, and comma, then it says what row do you want? Let's say I wanted the 10th of January. So that's row number 1 to, that's actually row number 12. So I'd say 12, comma. Then it says what column do you want? Well, I want product A, or say D. So that means I want column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all you do is say, this is my range, A2 to E18. I want what's in row 12 and column 5. And so when it does that, row 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And see, so it's good that things happen like this, because what I'm saying is, okay, so this is A2. So that's starting at A2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's actually the 11th of January. And then column 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's giving me this intersecting value of 45. So it is giving you, if I wanted the next one down, I'd just change that to 13. And that would give me 53. All right, so it's the row and the column, the intersecting value. That's what the index function does. Where the match function comes in is we often don't know the row and or we don't know the column. So we have to say, look at a value, find it in that range and find a match. And when it does, it comes up with a number which reflects the row it's in, or it comes up with a number and reflects the column that it's in. So, okay, let's give this all a go. Let's delete that. I first of all want people to be able to find volumes. That is these numbers here, these intersecting values. And they have to find a volume for a particular product, A, B, C, or D. So they'll select a product, and they have to find it for a particular date between the 1st and the 16th of January. Let's first of all make this cell, H3, a drop down where they can choose a product A, B, C, or D. That way we know they're going to enter a valid product. Sitting in this cell, I'm going to go to data in the ribbon, and I'm going to go to the data validation button. And I want to turn this particular cell here into a list. So I choose list from this drop down. Then I click in the source and I choose A, B, C, D. That is the source of this list, and OK. So now they have a drop down where they can choose A, B, C, or D. Because if they put a space, it won't work. It has to be A, B, C, or D. Now I want to make another drop down here where they choose a date. So we click in the cell, we go to data in the ribbon, we choose data validation, we don't let them put any value in that cell, we now insist that they choose from a list. The source of that list, if I click in this field, is simply the 1st to the 16th of January. And OK that. So now we've got a list of dates that they can choose from. So let's choose, say, C. So we want C, and let's choose a date, let's say the 10th of January. 10th of January. All right, so see, that's this figure here. So let's just even highlight it so we know that that's what we're after. That should be our answer. So in H5 is where we're going to put our formula that says we want this column and this row, that volume 52. So equals index. It says, what's your range? Let's choose the entire range A2 to E18 and comma. That's the entire range. Now it says, with the use of bold, what row do you want? Well, I want the row that contains the date, the 10th of January 2023. And that date is going to change. It could be the 9th of January, it could be the 4th of January. So I can't type in the date or can't type in the row. I have to do a match. I'm going to hit M, AT, and there's my match function. Returns the relative position of an item in a range. Let's double click match. It says, what value do you want me to look at? Well, I want it to look at the date, the 10th of January, comma. It says, where do you want me to find that date? I want you to find it in A2 to A18, comma. Do you want me to find an exact match? Yes, I do. It has to be the 10th of January, not a date that's less than or not a date that's greater than. It has to be an exact match. So I'll double click that and close the match. That will find the row that the 10th of January is in that purple area. But now I need to tell it what column, comma. What column do you want? A, B, C, or D? Well, depends on what product they choose in here. So let's do another match. Match that value there, comma, to this range here, comma, and find an exact match. Close bracket. That closes the match off. Close bracket. That closes the index off. There's your 52. So the match function is literally looking at that value, finding it in this range and saying it's in this row, looking at that value, finding it in that range and saying it's in that column, and it's giving me the intersection of the two. Let me take that color off, no fill. Let's try product A. Product A for the 10th of January is 53, correct. What about product A for, say, the 2nd of January? Change that to the 2nd. Move that to the top there. That's 78, correct. When you have to do a two-dimensional lookup, then you want your index function. But when you have to determine the row and or the column, you're going to have to use your match function. Really powerful functions. I hope you've enjoyed that video. Please like or subscribe, and the next video will be on text functions. See you later.